Gurkhas? Why do you think it's so important that you fight for them now?
Well, there have been rumours over many years about possible cuts in the Gurkha force as part of the British Army. But I think with the current economic crisis, and listening to the comments of senior MPs, you really get that feeling that this time, potentially, the decision could be made to axe the brigade of Gurkhas. And I think that for so many people in Britain, and indeed across the world, who know just what they've given in the country, just how valiant they have been, that's unthinkable. And it was just such a tragic loss. So before the decision is made, we've taken the decision to come forward and say to people, please, if you're on our side on this, get your voice heard, join up to our website and join us.
Surely, Peter, you could say that of any of the British Forces regiments. And any serving soldier has his loyalty, puts his or her life on the line for Britain.
Yes, every single British service person's life is precious and their service counts equal. But that's my point in a way. I don't look at the Nepalese warriors, the Gurkhas, and say that they are in any way separate. They are almost woven into the fabric of the British Army. And if somebody looks at the cost implications and makes a decision to axe them, you axe that unique thing, the fact that they are woven into our British Army, but they're from a different country. That will be lost forever. So whilst everybody is precious, I think there's a great danger that they haven't got their own voice, hence our campaign, and that voice must be heard.
Do you think that the Gurkhas could be a victim of the success of the campaign that you and Joanna Lumley ran to get them equal rights in this country because they cost more now?
No, it's not at all. Not at all. That campaign stood on its own merits as a proud and right thing to do. What I say to politicians who make that comment, and particularly Patrick Murphy, who's a very respected MP, I say to him this: when those warriors that you see, the elderly men, when they ran against Japanese machine guns in the Second World War, when Gajendra Rai had his back blown open in the Falklands War, did anybody seriously in Britain think, well, they're cheaper? Cost should never have been an issue. It was always a moral outrage. The decision now should not in any way reflect the cost. I'm proud that they are at least now starting to get equal rights with British service people.
They're in your area, aren't you? You're a councillor for where the barracks are. There are less of them now, and we hear that there are more recruits in the British Army, British recruits. Does that inadvertently affect the Gurkhas?
I think there's a danger it could, but it shouldn't. Let's put this in perspective. The Gurkhas have been with us for nearly 200 years, and they've been through real crises. I mean, we talk now about the financial crisis we're in. Think back to the Second World War. Think back to the Falklands when it was really touch and go. They were real crises, and who stood by us then? Now, recruitment into the British Army, yes. Sometimes it's going through a good phase, like now. Other times, it will be going through a tough time. We shouldn't make this decision, this enormous decision, on a short-term consideration of recruitment levels now or cost savings now.
Peter, thank you for coming in to talk to us this weekend. Peter Carroll there. Thank you.